I'll make it till 15 and then I'll introduce you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the When It Worked podcast. You're with Julian Leahy. And today I'm joined by AJ Saunders from beautiful Bath in the UK. Welcome to the show, AJ.
Welcome. How you doing?
I'm good. And I love talking to content marketers, people that understand how important that is. So tell us a little bit about your journey. I know you've had some success with affiliate marketing. Do you want to tell us how that all happened?
Yeah, sure. So my first career was in music, and about 10 years ago, I moved back to Bath, and just kind of fell into digital marketing. Got good at writing content, that ranks. Fell into affiliate marketing, and just found something that I really enjoy doing, and that's been the journey in the last couple of years. And from there, I've built out a couple of affiliate sites that are doing really, really well. I've launched a content marketing course and a consultancy package as well. So I'm heavily involved in content marketing, and live, sleep, and breathe it.
And the thing is, with affiliate marketing, online marketing, it takes maybe 5 years or so before you start getting anywhere. Is that what you found?
So I think you can have quick wins if you follow the right processes. So a lot of the clients that I work with, they start to see results within kind of 3 to 6 months. But a lot of it is that they're working with me, who's been battle hardened and does this thing day in and day out. But I know people who in 2 years have transformed their life and transformed their income by doing affiliate stuff. So I think it's possible, within a couple of years to really get going. But it's more about, I think, your mindset and your ability and your willingness to learn, to fail and fail fast.
So I was going to ask, what is the thing that people are doing wrong and the frustration that they have when they talk to you, and what do you help them with?
Sure. So the biggest thing the two biggest things actually that I find. So one is keyword research. So people don't understand how Google works. So Google is a search engine. We all know that, but Google works on keyword phrases. So you never go to Google or to Bing and type in, today I'd like to do, to go to a nice restaurant. You put nice restaurant near me, right? And so you need to get to that mindset of thinking how people are using the tools. And so the moment people get that, so the moment they get, they're looking for phrases that their audience are already searching for, they then start to realize that actually writing content around that phrase is actually really, really simple, because you just need to get that phrase in there a couple of times, so in the heading, in the URL, in the body a couple of times, and Google will start to understand that page is about that topic. So that's one big thing. And the next big thing is people write academically. So people, unless you've done a degree in creative writing, you never have written creatively. And so you write very academically. So you write in essay format, which is, very, very big, dense paragraphs that are very technical, that have no personality to them, and they're really difficult to read. And that just doesn't work online. And so one of the things that I always go in and say is cut your paragraphs in half, use really short sentences, talk as, write as you talk. So imagine you're sat there, in a pub over a beer with a mate, and talk, and type that down. And so for some people that, typing doesn't work. So I say, actually get out get out your phone and start recording. Just have a conversation with yourself on your phone. And then there's loads of apps that you now can just grab like a transcript, and then editing a transcript up is pretty straightforward. But talk to people like you're talking to a friend. Those are the two biggest mistakes that I see people make all the time. I've lost you.
Let's try again. All right, there's a couple of things you talked about. One of them was studying keywords as people actually enter them into search engines.
Yeah.
And the second thing was cutting down your content, making it kind of visually easily read and understood with headings and short sentences and all of that. And the other thing you talked about, just speaking and recording your voice and transcribing it from there. Is that what you said?
Yeah, absolutely.
So these are the things that kind of take out a lot of the pain around content creation. And what are some of the topics that you only go after keywords, or do you have a set type of content that you constantly create?
So I do mainly kind of text-based content, but I've got a good friend in the States who does video, and I think our processes are actually quite the same. All we're trying to do is answer what our users are going to ask. So if you run a small business, so say you run like a garage, right? You'll probably hear the same 20 questions every day of the week. And so it's about trying to write those questions down and try and transfer that into content, because that's what your target customer is searching for. So they're searching for things like, how do I know when I need a new set of tires? How do I know when my tires need aligning? What does this light on the dashboard means? Those kind of things. And the moment you realize that your customers are actually giving you all the content, ideas that you need, and then you just need to write them up or create a video about that, you can then start to build out a good, decent content plan without too much effort.
Awesome. And so have you got one blog, or have you got lots of different blogs?
So I currently have, I think, about 7 different websites. I've got a couple in development as well on top of that. So I'm nice and busy.
And how long does it take you from starting out a new blog until you start getting results from it?
So it really depends. So I try to go for low-hanging fruit and try and build low-hanging fruit, and then try and attack more difficult kind of keywords as we're progressing. So low-hanging keywords you should be ranking within a couple of months, so 2, 3, 4 months. And then difficult things that could take 6 months, a year, you could never rank for those really difficult keyword terms. But it just depends. So a lot of the times I think about kind of pyramids. So I think about having really, really, really competitive kind of keywords at the top, and then thinking about all the subtopics that fit underneath, and the subtopics that fit underneath that, and then the keywords that fit underneath that. And I want to target at least each level. Because I'll probably rank for the lowest type of easiest keywords first, and then I'll then be able to generate some relevancy into the Google's eyes and Bing's eyes for the next kind of step up, which will be harder to rank for in shorter phrases, and then so on. And you may never end up ranking for that top keyword term, right at the top of the pyramid. But you need that. You need everything beneath it to kind of create the relevancy to have a hope in hell of ranking for that really competitive term.
So the low ranking ones, I mean, you're not going to expect a huge amount of profit on them, but I guess it's easier to get ranked for them. And I guess once you've got the content out there, it's out there, and then it just keeps working for you. What would be the most profitable keyword that you've been able to rank for?
Oh, that is a really, really good thing. So I've ranked for lots of keywords to do with reviews, so reviews of things like home automation gear, drills here in the UK, guitar pedals in the US, and they've been highly profitable because there's a buying intent behind it. And for most of those, I've tried those pieces of gear out, and I'm giving an honest, factual kind of opinion, and they convert really, really well. And so they can be a little bit more competitive, but the intent behind it is really, really exciting. I then have ranked for things like to do with Amazon products, where like Amazon brand products, where there may not be such a big kind of monetary gain behind it, but the keyword is still quite competitive. And so I've been able to rank things across all the different kind of keyword difficulties.
And is it mostly Amazon affiliate stuff you're doing, and you're doing product reviews?
So so I do quite a lot with Amazon. I do quite a bit with some other kind of smaller programs, but Amazon to me is the one that converts the best, just because people automatically trust it, whereas people might not trust a smaller brand, and therefore it's either about trying to build out sequences before they hit that site for them to trust that site, which is kind of difficult if you're running pure kind of content marketing kind of play, which I do. But so I found I found, yeah, Amazon converts really, really well. Doing kind of AdSense and kind of Google AdSense, exotic ads and those kind of things convert quite well as well. But yeah, so that's mainly me.
Awesome. And you also help people develop a content strategy. You have a strategy call, is that right?
Yes, so I do. So I have a course that's $50, $50 I should say. And that just basically teaches you the framework that I use in every website that I own. And so that just goes through basically how to pick keywords, how to structure things, how to build out a content calendar, how to build out into the links, how to put KPIs in place so that things actually rank. Because a lot of the times that I find, especially with my consulting clients that I do, a lot of them, they're either really good writers, but they don't have any structure, they don't have KPIs, they don't have any like a publishing schedule, they don't have any way of monitoring what their output is. So they're doing all this effort and they have no idea, and they don't know if their results are good, bad, or indifferent. And they also don't know what to focus on. So I can give you an example. So last night I was working with two of my clients, and with both of them, they immediately put up analytics and they go, look, it's great because you can see 101 different things, pieces of data on analytics, right? And I said to both of them, we're going to look at this one number, right, which is time on site, because for them they're running small businesses. And the one thing that I believe about small businesses is once you get somebody onto your site, it's your duty to try and keep them there as long as possible. And so the best measurement to do that is time on site, right? And so if you've got a time on site and you run a small business of under kind of 3 minutes, you've got a big problem because your content isn't connecting with your potential buyer. Because after 3 minutes, people move from thinking you're a solution to you're the solution. And for a small business, that's when you start to get people to convert. And that's when you start to get actual people that want to buy from you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So these are some of the analytics that people need to look at. And if you want to get AJ's help, and I think you should work out what you're doing with content. And if you are already working hard trying to create the content, you may as well get some guidance. And AJ's got a free consultation call, and he's got some info there for about $50 that'll help people a lot.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
that's at ajsdigitalgroup.com. Thanks for coming on. I like talking to content marketers. I think it's a topic people don't want to hear about sometimes, but it's probably the best type of marketing there is, in my opinion.
Indeed. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Well, thanks for watching and listening, everyone, and I'll see you very soon on another episode.